So a couple weeks ago, I had a viewer leave a really nasty comment on my YouTube channel, which really took me aback, and it made me reflect on the prevalence of bullying, specifically cyberbullying, in our society. So I actually took a few minutes and I just cut a video like right away in response to that comment. So I've included it here. Keep in mind that the video quality isn't the best, like the lighting and etc. But it was really just my kind of raw reaction to this comment. The second part of the video, I talk a bit about the importance of kindness, because really it's so important to be kind, not only as a nurse, but just as a human being. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it kind of resonates with you. So remember to be kind, and I'll see you soon. All right, so I'm making this video in response to this really mean comment that someone left on one of my YouTube videos the other day. So the gist of this comment was that I mispronounced a drug classification name, which is entirely possible. So pronouncing drug names is definitely not my strength. I try very, very hard, but sometimes I won't pronounce things quite right. But then he went on to say that my voice was impossible to listen to, and that I had something called verbal fry and uptalk, and that I should work with a verbal coach before I put out any more videos. Like, whoa. So I showed the comment to my husband. His first thought was, well, listen to the video. Maybe there's something wrong with the audio quality. So I listened. There was nothing wrong. It was just me talking in my normal voice. And then I looked and there was like 70 likes and, thousands of views on this video. So there was clearly other people who got benefit from the video. So really it was just this guy, right, saying these things. And it really occurred to me that his comment really says more about him than it does about me and my speaking. So who writes that kind of comment? So when you watch a video, if you don't like the person's voice or what they're saying, etc., then you just usually stop watching, right? You move on and watch another video. Or if you really don't like something they're saying or how they're saying it, maybe you dislike the video and then move on. But he went on to kind of hurl personal insults and like a really unkind comment to a total stranger. So, and these videos are free, right? It's like free educational videos. So who does that, right? So I really, when I saw that comment, it really occurred to me that really this is about him and what's going on in his head versus me. And then the second thought I had was, this guy is going to be a nurse, right? He's a nursing student, and that's terrifying, because being a nurse, as a nurse, you need to have an abundance of patience and kindness. You're going to be dealing with patients with dementia. You're going to be dealing with patients with mental health disorders. You're going to need to explain the purpose of medications like 50 times to some of your patients. And that's just something you're going to have to do as a nurse. And it's important that we build a community around us in the healthcare setting that is kind and collaborative and patient. So I'm really fortunate at my hospital that in general, we have this amazing community that is focused on kindness and patience. So it's really kind of shocking and disheartening when I see comments like this coming from future nurses. Because really there's no place in the healthcare setting for that kind of attitude. So in short, I just wanted to deliver this message, which many of you probably don't need to hear, because many of you are super nice, super patient, hardworking, and you're in this field, right? You're going to nursing school to help other people. So that's awesome. You're going to be a great nurse. But there may be a few out there who maybe lack patience or don't really give it a lot of thought when you send off an email or a text or a comment. Just keep in mind that there's someone on the other side of that comment that's going to read that. So definitely keep that in mind. Also, the other thing I wanted to convey in this message is the kind of a sense of karma. Really, if you do good and if you are kind to others, then that usually comes back to you in spades. So, for example, when I was a volunteer at my hospital. I used to help and talk to all sorts of people on the floor, including transporters. So after I was a volunteer for a couple years, one of the transporters told me that there was a casual 1 day a week transport position that was opening up while I was in nursing school. And guess what? Since I had made friends with the transporters, they hired me into that position, which let me get my foot in the door at the hospital. So fast forward to when I graduated from nursing school, I interviewed as an internal candidate, which definitely gave me preference and got me my new grad position. Then also while I was a transporter, I used to, park gurneys down this hall we call the bowling alley because it's like a long, narrow hallway. And in this hallway, there were a couple offices, including a manager. So as I would walk by after parking my gurney, I'd always wave and say hi to her. So after I finished my new grad position, there was a wound nurse position that opened up that I really wanted. And guess who was the manager? It was the manager in the bowling alley where I used to park my gurneys, the one that I was always, nice to and waved to. And she remembered me, and she let me have the job. She did a bunch of interviewing, but in the end, she gave me the job. She took a chance on me. I had no wound care experience. I've only been a nurse for 9 months, but she saw that kind of kindness in me and gave me a chance. And now I'm in a job where it's basically my dream job. I love it. And then finally, this year, just a couple weeks ago, a big plaque was hung in that bowling alley with my face on it because I won one of the 2019 Nurses of the Year for Scripps Hospital in Encinitas. So in that bowling alley where I used to park gurneys as a transporter, there's a big plaque with my face on it, and then it has like a quote from me. And the quote I used was talking about the power of kindness, right? So despite what this viewer wrote on my YouTube page, I am committed to being kind to others, to helping bring up nursing students and help them realize their dreams to be nurses. And I look forward to working alongside of you one day and creating a community of patience, of kindness, and, people dedicated to helping other people. So take care, be kind, and I'll see you soon.